There's a moment where a brand stops feeling like a brand. They become enmeshed in culture and part of something bigger. And that's something that Courvoisier and Ezra Collective did really well in their latest brand activation here at 83 Rivington Street. So what we're talking about here is brand collaborations, specifically what it means to collaborate with culture rather than just borrow from it. This is relevant if you're a brand thinking about how to show up at events. It's also relevant if you're a venue operator like ourselves here at 83 Rivington Street, because understanding why certain partnerships land helps us shape the programming of our events and who we invite through the door. And this is also relevant if you're an artist or a collective, because you're the one being asked to represent something other than yourselves. So you need to make sure that it's actually a good deal to represent who you are and your values. So let me paint the picture. Ezra Collective, one of the most exciting bands to come out of the UK, jazz, Afrobeats, gospel, soul music, all enmeshed into one. They came up through the South London music scene, through Tomorrow's Warriors, through church halls and basement sessions in venues not too dissimilar to ours. They won the Mercury Prize in 2023, and they're genuinely a global brand with cultural credibility. Courvoisier, on the other hand, is a French cognac brand. They've been making strides to embed themselves in the Black British music culture here in the UK, both within jazz and contemporary music, not as a one-off campaign, but as an ongoing commitment. So when they came together with Ezra Collective, it wasn't just a one-liner off of a press event. It was built around live music and putting Ezra Collective in the front stage. The temptation of any brand collaboration is that the stage itself gets filled with logos. The artist becomes vehicles for the products as opposed to being the main event themselves. And this is what Courvoisier did differently. They led with the culture, they led with the music. The cognac was present, it was woven in, but it wasn't the main attraction. They made sure that Ezra Collective was still at the very heart and the forefront of what that event was. And that's not accidental, that's a philosophical choice that the brand managers have to make to get out of the way and to present the artists as being the leading factor when it comes to creating memories about that evening. It means loosening control and trusting that the artists are there to do what they need to do, and the brand will be along for the ride. Culture doesn't wait for you. It doesn't slow down so you can check in with your legal team or your CMO about your third quarter alignment, whatever. Culture moves, and by the time you catch up to it, it's already shifted. So what brands need to do is to show up early, show up with curiosity, and go to where the culture is. Go to where your audiences are and create memories that help them associate your brand with the feeling that they've been waiting for. The brands that win at this, they're already present in the room. They're part of the conversation. They know who the leaders are in that industry. They become not just sponsors or partners, but genuine participants to a culture. For me, Courvoisier's work with Ezra Collective sits within that tradition. UK jazz, specifically within the last decade, has been growing. We're talking Ezra Collective, Shabaka Hutchings, Nubia Garcia. There's so many examples. The scene has been alive and growing. And the time matters, because when you're in the room before the room is even full, the artists know that you're there for the culture. You're not just there to borrow from it. You've been there consistently helping to provide a platform for these artists to reach new heights. Now, for us here at 83 Rivington Street, this shapes everything about how we interact with brands that we work with. We have 9,000 square foot of event space here in the middle of Shoreditch, 3 connected archways, and we've worked with everyone from tech, gaming, conferences, art, music. And for me, the most successful brand activations are always the one with genuine curiosity and interest about the community within the space. So if you're a brand thinking about where to show up, the question isn't just where is the audience, it's where is the culture right now? And do we have the courage to provide a platform for that culture to grow? So let's get into what does a great collaboration actually look like. We've talked about what Courvoisier and Ezra Collective did well. Now I want to get practical, because I think a lot of these conversations can stay too abstract, but I want to get down to the nitty-gritty of stuff. I want to get down to the mechanics. When Courvoisier came to Ezra Collective, it wasn't a conversation of here's the brief, fit yourselves within that box. It was more exploratory. It was more a collaboration to help support the next stage of where the band is looking to go. Within the show itself, the band played their greatest hits, their old songs, but they also then promoted their new and upcoming work. And so the positioning of this brand collaboration and this event was actually not just to tee up Courvoisier as part of the culture, but to also have them be a vehicle for the band to get to the next evolution of their identity, right? They're here supporting where the band is currently, and they're here then promoting where the band is about to go. And that journey is what separates good brand collaborations versus ones that just feel flat. Within that, you have to consider what type of show do they want to put on? What kind of experiences do they want to create for their audiences? And how does the brand support that in a way that feels natural? What this means is starting with the artist's vision first and then building the whole experience around it, rather than starting with the brand's brief and then squeezing the artists to fit in. Second, this is something that we think about a lot here at 83 Rivington Street, is how does the physical manifestation of this vision come to life? What does the experience look like? What does the atmosphere look like? How do the audiences feel when they come in? So what this means is thinking about the whole process, from when the queue is outside of the venue to when they first come in. There's a photo opportunity right there with Ezra Collective. You have a photographer taking photos of people as they come in, almost like it's a red carpet style. And then you go into Arch 2, where there's a bar full of the Courvoisier drinks and menus available. You have the DJ playing there with the Ezra Collective backdrop. You have a huge stretch canvas with their latest campaigns, nodding to the forefathers of jazz that inspired Ezra Collective when they were coming up. And then to get into the main performance space, you have these red velvet, really cinematic looking curtains that then you peer through to get into the other side. And then the Ezra Collective is the main focus on stage. You've got lighting that feels really immersive. You've got smoke machines. You've got what feels like a special night because it's been designed to feel inclusive, to feel like you're stepping into a whole new world, Ezra Collective's world. A venue like ours, 3 arches in the middle of Shoreditch with a long history of nightlife. Brands choose this space because it communicates something to their audience. It signals something about what they value and what they want to be associated with. What Courvoisier has done with their investments and interests within the black jazz music scene here in the UK it's an ongoing relationship. And that's something that they have to maintain year on year. The culture sees it, the artists sees it, and then the audience feel it. The brands that I have the most respect for are the ones that come back, that continue listening and grow their understanding about what it means to be part of something. The third point that helps create long-term cultural credibility for a brand is consistency. You have to be there from the start. You have to be there before the room is even full. You have to create platforms before something is cool. So let's recap. Courvoisier and Ezra Collective. The brand activation here at 83 Rivington Street worked because they trusted Ezra Collective to bring it all together. Bring the audience, bring the music, bring the culture. It worked perfectly. Brands that build genuine cultural credibility are the ones who stay curious, stay listening, and they're there. They're there early, before it's obvious or before it's safe. Great collaboration in practice means choosing the right environment, putting the artists first, and showing up consistently. So if you're a brand thinking about your next events, whether it's live music, fashion, tech, gaming, you name it, we are here at 83 Rivington Street and we would love to help you bring your ideas to life. We're in the middle of Shoreditch, 3 large archway spaces with a banging garden. By the way, our courtyard space has lots and lots of different artworks. We're talking Banksy's. Here we are, come check us out in the middle of Shoreditch and can't wait to hear from you.